Hi, welcome to Meet Houston Missions podcast. I am Paul Cannon, your host, managing partner over at Simmons and Fletcher. Today we have a very special guest, Megan Langham, and she is here from Society Prosper to tell us a little bit about what their organization is all about. This podcast is about connecting people who have a heart for local missions with local missions who need people who have a heart. And so she is going to tell you about an exciting opportunity where people can get involved, volunteer, sponsor, and just kind of tell you about the needs that they have. If you would like to be a guest on Meet Houston Missions, please feel free to reach out to us at pcannon@simmonsandfletcher.com or just call the Simmons and Fletcher office and let us know. But without further ado, Megan, would you introduce us to yourself and Society Prosper, please?
Yes, absolutely. So I'm Megan. I'm the founder and president of Society Prosper. We are a children's charity dedicated to breaking the cycle of child abuse. And my role for the organization is really a little bit of everything. I wear many different hats, but my role includes social media, correspondence, marketing, impact programs, a little bit of fundraising. But mostly my focus is centered around making sure the volunteers feel supported in our organization and really guiding the mission and making sure that we as a board and a team are we remain focused on our mission of ending child abuse.
Wonderful, wonderful. And so how long has Society Prosper been around?
Yes. So we were founded in 2020, right here in Katy, Texas. And we were founded because we really saw a need out in the community during the pandemic. We were hearing more and more about child abuse and neglect and domestic violence in the home. We were hearing about the stress levels, how high they were. Um, and I knew that there were going to be long term implications from what was going on during the pandemic. So we kind of started reaching out in the community, kind of talking to therapists, community members to see what we could do to help, what the need was. And we found that there were many families with children and teens who were in need of therapy or were seeking out therapy and they just simply couldn't afford it. And so I knew that we could help bridge that gap. We could be that connected connection between the quality care that these children needed and the financial barriers that the families faced. So that was really how Society Prosper was formed.
Wow. Okay. And tell me how big of an organization is Society Prosper, first of all?
Um, I would say we're still kind of a small organization. We're growing each year. Our goal is to grow by 20% in the therapy hours that we provide. So we're still pretty small. Our board is now, we have 5 members on our board, but we have an incredible team of volunteers who just keeps getting bigger and bigger every single year. And that's just absolutely amazing.
Wow, that is awesome. And so tell me a little bit about how you find the people that you help and how you go about providing them help.
Yes, absolutely. So we have on our website, we have an application link where where the families can apply for therapy for assistance. Usually they are working with therapists already, so we work hard to partner with therapists who specialize in child trauma. So if they have a client who has been exposed to violence or neglect or child abuse in any way, they can apply through our website, and then once they're approved, we'll get everything the funds over to the therapist for them. But our mission is to break the cycle of child abuse by providing resources for children who have survived abuse, neglect, and trauma. And so the bulk of what we do is we provide the financial resources for therapy. And so this is where we partner with the local therapists who specialize in trauma, but the scholarships that we give will cover anywhere from 4 to 6 months of therapy at a time for the child so that they're receiving 20 to 24 hours of therapy from Society Prosper. But we call this a scholarship because the child, they're learning how to overcome the trauma that they've experienced. They're learning how to cope with the aftermath of abuse, really how to process what they've experienced. And the most powerful thing that I love the most of what we're doing is the child, they're not only overcoming what they've gone through, but they're learning how to forgive their perpetrator. And that's powerful because forgiveness is not for the other person, it's really for you. And so for a child to be or a teen to be able to relinquish this, to get rid of this hurt, I mean, that's truly life-changing, and so, but we started this scholarship for therapy program back in 2022, and since then, Society Prosper has made 1,602 hours of therapy accessible to the most vulnerable children right here in our very own community.
Oh, wow, that is awesome. Now, so y'all primarily help, in the Katy area community?
We do. We serve children in, all of Houston and surrounding areas. I mean, we are based in Katy, so a lot of the clients that we help are Katy, Fulshire, Spring, Memorial. I would say the majority are Katy and Fulshire area, though. We try to keep things local.
And there's definitely, sadly, plenty of people that need help just, in our own backyards, it seems like, in this day and age.
Absolutely. Child abuse doesn't discriminate. It's people from all over. I mean, and it happens behind closed doors, so a lot of times we don't even know that it's happening. But according to the CDC, 1 in 7 US children have experienced some form of abuse or neglect over the last year. And I always like to kind of bring that down to scale a little bit, that's roughly 3 children per class have experienced some form of abuse or neglect, and that has devastating impacts on their development.
I can imagine. Well, I can imagine that a lot of the services that you guys provide obviously are things that require a licensed counselor to be involved and very confidential meetings and that sort of thing because this is not something anybody wants publicized or made widely known. But do you guys have opportunities for people who are not so trained who want to volunteer and want to find a way to help?
Absolutely. We have all kinds of volunteers. So we don't work directly with the children. We partner them with the therapist, and they're the ones providing the services. But we always need volunteers with helping plan our events. We have 2 large fundraisers throughout the year, so we need help serving on the planning committees for that, chairing an event, volunteering during the event, or even after the event. We also provide sunshine boxes for children who are going through therapy, and we always need help kind of putting those together, getting those distributed. We also have an ambassador program where people can serve as an ambassador for Society Prosper. And that's really an incredible opportunity to help get the message, to spread the word out on the organization, and to help bring donors in, bring additional volunteers in, and just to help Society Prosper grow to change these children's lives.
Wow. Okay. Tell us, you mentioned you provide sunshine boxes for the kids. What does that mean exactly?
Yes. So, I love the sunshine boxes. So it's a yellow box. It's something just brighten up the child's day, and they're filled with age appropriate items. So there'll be we call it a prayer bear. So it's a bear that's in there that provides comfort for the child. There's books, there may be bubbles, paints, journals, fidgets, anything to help the child's mind to stay active. And it really just provides them a sense of comfort, of telling them that they're not alone, that there is someone out there that cares for them and that they can get through this. So we're always looking for items to fill the sunshine boxes, and we need help getting them ready to go out and distributed.
I was looking at y'all's website and just reading a little bit about some of the things you guys do. And you mentioned that y'all have some fundraisers. I noticed y'all had something that was called the Healing Bloom Fashion Show. Can you tell us a
Feeling.
little bit about that?
Oh, I just love this event. So this will actually be our 3rd annual Healing in Bloom fashion show. The event's in May, but it's an incredible event. We have a room filled with women. Everyone's dressed up. There's wine, there's food, there's a fashion show. But we have guest speakers. We have the paddle raise, a live auction. There's also a cake auction as well. But it's just an incredible afternoon of women coming together to not only support one another, but to celebrate philanthropy, to raise money, to learn about the organization. And all the money that's raised during this event goes directly to helping these children overcome the trauma of child abuse. So this year, we're expecting 150 women to fill the room. We have a couple of local celebrity guests that will be surprising everyone.
Nice, nice.
So yeah, we're really excited about it. It's such an incredible day.
Well, I saw that there were sponsorship opportunities for that event, and it sounds like something that a lot of the boutiques and places around town would like to know about because it's an opportunity really to get in front of a large group of ladies who really want to be a part of something and enjoy a good event like that.
Yes, absolutely. So right now we do have 3 boutiques who we partnered with. We have a children's boutique and then 2 other women's boutique that will be, joining us and walking in the show.
Oh, wonderful.
But sponsorships, yes, I mean, we can always use sponsorships for the event. That's a great way for a business to, have their logo displayed during an event in front of this entire room of women. Their logo is shared on our website, our social media, our email blasts. But I think really most importantly is a sponsorship goes to help further the mission and raise awareness on what we're doing as well.
Wow. Okay. And I saw something else noted on there that was called Derby Elegance. Did I get that correct?
You did. That's the theme for this event. So we want
Okay.
women to come dressed up, wear their florals, kind of think derby attire, maybe the fascinators, the hats, anything that makes them feel special. Just come out, show up, and dress up.
Oh, okay, okay, so that's the theme for that particular event, and then there was a notation also, which I think everybody could probably understand what this is a casino night event that you guys do as a fundraiser as well, correct?
I love the casino night. Yes. So that's our second fundraiser during the year. That actually ends up being our largest fundraiser that helps kick us off for our fiscal year. But that's usually in the fall. This year it'll most likely be in September. We don't have a location set for that, but that's more of like couples are welcome to come. We have a seated dinner. It's more of a gala type style event. We have a seated dinner. There's drinks. We have a guest speaker, our live auction, and then we end the night with our casino after party, and that is such a fun event. It has sold out in the past, so once we get all of our details in line for that, we'll be sure to share that so we can get that up and running with everyone.
Excellent, wonderful. Well, I know, you have obviously volunteer opportunities to help with setup, running those events, and being a part of that stuff. Are there other events or, things that you guys require volunteer help for?
We do. So we're always looking for chairs for our programs. So we also have our ambassador program, which I think is absolutely incredible. But that's the opportunity where people can get involved and kind of be our first line of spreading awareness. They're the first to know what's going on with Society Prosper. They know all about child abuse prevention, what it looks like, how to stop it, what to do if you witness it. And so we are looking for people who want to be an ambassador for Society Prosper. We're also looking for people who want to coordinate that program. We also have a holiday gift giving program that we do during the Christmas season. And we are always looking for people that want to sponsor those families or who would even like to kind of organize that program as well. And if people are interested in hosting an event benefiting Society Prosper, that's another great way to get involved and to help raise funds for the organization.
Outstanding. Well, I know that, this type of stuff is really good for some of the volunteer organizations in the high schools and, church organizations that may require, people to set up this sort of thing. If they want to set up a volunteer event or either volunteer with one of your existing events, who do they contact for that?
They can go to our website, societyprosper.org. There's a little icon at the top for get involved, and they can go on there. They can submit their inquiry on there. They can share if they want to get involved either through volunteering, through an ambassador, through sponsorship, however they're interested in. There's an option there for them. And they can also reach me directly at megan@societyprosper.org, and I'm happy to help get them set up in any way that they are interested in volunteering.
Okay, excellent. And, I assume then if people want to sponsor these events that you've got going on, they can get online and find out information there on how to become a sponsor?
Yes, absolutely. Same thing on our website, societyprosper.org. There's a sponsorship right under our events. We always have our sponsorship opportunities that are for that particular event. We do have a couple remaining still available for our fashion show coming up in May. So that would be a wonderful opportunity to get in front of a big group of women and incredible people in the community. But sponsorships, we're always in need of sponsorships because not only is the sponsor getting marketing out of it, but they're showing the community how much they care for their community. And then it's making a difference for Society Prosper as well, and it's helping to change these children's lives in a positive way.
Outstanding. Are there any future visions or goals or plans that you guys have for the organization right now?
Oh gosh, we have so many, Paul. I don't even know if I can get them all out. So our goal our goal is to expand our therapy program by 20% each year. And right now we're on track to just blow that out of the water. Like we are just doing really, really well. But of course, with that growth, with the 20% growth there, there's going to be other things that we're going to be expanding. All the other programs, everything's going to be growing together. Right now, we are completely volunteer led, volunteer based. We don't have a facility or anything of that sort. So I would love to have right now we're working out of the kitchen, out of our volunteers' kitchens and coffee shops. So I would love to have a hub one day, an office space where volunteers can come to meet and we can put the sunshine boxes together. We can have our board meetings. There can be a spot where people can come and kind of learn more about what we're doing. So I think that would be a goal in the future as well. But really, just meeting that is surpassing that 20% goal, I think, is um, first for us.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, Megan, you have a huge passion for this. I can tell just by hearing your enthusiasm come out of your voice as you speak about it. So that is awesome because that's what these type of organizations require, that kind of drive and that kind of just vision and love for what they're doing. So it sounds to me like you're a blessing for the organization, and it's been a real joy getting to talk to you about it. Before I let you go, is there anything else that I've forgotten to ask you about, or that you would like to mention about Society Prospers that you want to go
Yeah,
over?
I would like to just kind of touch base on, why the work that we're doing is so very important. Children, I know I mentioned earlier, 1 in 7 US children experience some form of abuse. But that exposure to violence, it truly changes who a child is. I mean, children who are exposed to this, they are more likely to struggle with a learning disability. They're less likely to graduate high school or even attend college. They're more likely to abuse drugs and alcohol, struggle with mental health issues, have a teenage pregnancy, engage in criminal behavior. They're more likely to be incarcerated. And on top of all that, children who experience any type of neglect or abuse, they're 30% more likely to abuse their own children. And that is the cycle that Society Prosper is committed to breaking. And so when we receive funds, we don't receive any type of government funding. Every dollar that is given to Society Prosper goes directly to the cause. It goes directly to changing these children's lives so that they are able to have a healthy, strong, and safe family when they're adults.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to be a guest and to tell me and the viewers a little bit about Society Prospers and Society Prosper, excuse me, and what all you guys do. Uh, I really appreciate you being on and telling us about that.
Yes, thank you for having us. This was wonderful.